All right, you sick fucks. Let's talk assassins.
No, yeah.
I'm talking about the coldest motherfuckers to ever grace our screens and pages.
Yeah.
The ones who make killing an art form.
You know, you give me a hell of a list here. We got hitmen, ninjas, cyborgs, even a goddamn school teacher who can move at Mach 20.
Shit's gonna get wild.
Oh, yeah.
So strap in, grab a drink, and get ready for some blood and some seriously dark humor. We're going deep on these badasses, ranking them based on skills, kills, and sheer badassery.
No punches pulled right.
Fuck no. This ain't no safe space.
All right, like where your head's at.
So let's kick things off with a showdown. Two icons, John Wick, the Baba Yaga himself,
Yaga.
versus Beatrix Kiddo, a.k.a. the Bride.
Oh, man, that's a tough one right out the gate.
Yeah, but we got to start somewhere.
Right.
Both are legendary in their own right, but who comes out on top?
Well, let's break it down. What makes Wick so effective?
Lay it on me.
Gun fu, man. It's insane.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's not just speed and accuracy. It's like this balletic precision, using his whole body as a weapon.
Fucking poetry in motion?
Right. And the sources even say real-life tactical experts have studied his moves.
No shit.
I'm dead serious. That's how good this guy is.
Damn.
And then there's his resilience.
Dude's a tank.
Right. Takes a beating that would put most people 6 feet under and just keeps coming.
Remember that scene in John Wick 2 where he gets hit by a car, gets up and keeps fighting?
Classic Wick.
Dude's practically a Terminator.
But Beatrix, now she's a force too. Let's not forget about her.
No, hell no.
Carved her way through the crazy 88 single-handedly.
Like a hot knife through butter.
Mastered the 5-point palm exploding heart technique.
And crawled her way out of a goddamn grave.
Exactly. You don't get much tougher than that.
So how do they stack up?
It's close, man.
Well, close.
But if Beatrix is more up close and personal, could she take down Wick from a distance? I don't know.
Good point. And that bulletproof suit Wick rocks would probably mess up that exploding heart technique pretty bad.
Yeah, wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that.
So we're giving the edge to Wick.
For now, yeah.
You know.
It's a damn close call, though.
Okay, so Wick's on top for now. But let's move on to a killer who's a little more subtle. Yeah, Agent 47, the hitman, with a barcode for a name. This guy's all about efficiency and precision. No drama, just results.
47. The OG silent assassin.
You can't get much more professional than this guy.
Right. He's adaptable, uses anything as a weapon, blends into any crowd, improvises his way out of any situation.
I love those games. 1 minute he's a waiter, the next he's taking down a target with a corkscrew.
Damn straight. And his planning, his hits are like watching a chess grandmaster at work.
Calculated every move.
Every detail accounted for.
But is that cold precision better than someone like Wick? Someone more raw power and instinct?
Interesting question.
I'm full of them.
Now we gotta talk about Killua, the pint-sized assassin from Hunter x Hunter.
That little dude creeps me the fuck out.
Oh yeah, he's a straight-up prodigy.
Trained to kill from birth.
Nature versus nurture embodied.
Plus those net abilities. Superhuman speed, lightning-fast reflexes.
And those yo-yos, man. Don't forget those.
He's like a terrifying little wind-up toy.
With a serious body count.
So he's up there with Wick and 47.
Oh, absolutely. Killa's S-tier material for sure.
All right, 3 heavy hitters already.
Yeah.
But hold on, we got another one who might shake things up. Your Forger Thorn princess?
Don't let the housewife thing fool you all.
Yeah, she's got that whole hidden dragon thing going on. Super strength killer instincts.
Can Killa carrying kick a car into orbit and snap necks with her bare hands?
Remind me never to piss her off.
Wise choice. But does she have what it takes to go up against the likes of Wick or 47? We haven't seen her in those kinds of situations yet.
True. So maybe not S tier just yet, but definitely a contender.
Definitely.
Now for a total wild card, Koro-Sensei, the Mach 20 teacher from Assassination Classroom.
This guy's a goddamn superhero.
Can't even call him an assassin, really.
He's practically invincible, moves faster than the speed of sound, regenerates limbs.
How do you even kill a guy like that?
It's like trying to assassinate Bugs Bunny.
Right, but does that level of power make him a better or worse assassin?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
On the one hand, he's unstoppable. On the other, it kind of takes the fun out of it. Where's the tension?
Yeah, no risk, no reward.
But maybe that's part of his appeal. He's this wacky, overpowered teacher who just happens to be a master assassin.
It's a weird mix for sure.
So where do we put him?
He's effective, no doubt. But maybe not in the traditional assassin mold.
All right, let's move on to someone a bit more grounded. Jason Bourne.
The Amnesiac super spy.
Turns a pen into a lethal weapon.
Resourceful, adaptable. A master of using his environment.
Remember that magazine kill in The Bourne Identity? Classic.
But let's be real, he's kind of bland compared to some of these other guys.
Yeah, not exactly the life of the party.
More about quiet efficiency, gets the job done, disappears.
So not S tier.
Nah, I don't think so. He's effective, but lacks that certain something.
All right, fair enough. Now let's blast off the space and talk about Samus Aran.
The bounty hunter with the power suit.
Blows up planets, fights giant space pirates, looks damn good doing it.
But is she really an assassin?
That's a good question. She operates within a code, works for the Galactic Federation, brings criminals to justice.
Not exactly cold-blooded killing.
Right, she's more like a space cop.
Raises an interesting point. Does a true assassin have to operate outside the law? Embrace that moral ambiguity.
Now that's a deep thought.
Makes you think.
So where does that leave Samus? She's a badass, no doubt. But maybe not cut out for the shadows.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
All right, so maybe not S tier, but definitely high up on the list. Now, for a character who's a bit more robotic, the Terminator,
T-800.
sent back in time to kill, practically a walking tank.
But there's a flaw in his design. He's too conspicuous.
You're sending a robot assassin back in time, and you make him look like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Really? Not exactly subtle.
And even dogs can sniff him out.
Talk about a design flaw.
So he's more brute force than finesse.
Yeah, he's a killing machine, not an assassin.
All right, so Terminator's in the lower tiers for sure. He's scary, but not exactly subtle.
Agreed.
All right, let's move on to someone with a little more swagger. Spike Spiegel.
The space cowboy with a love for jazz.
Smooth, stylish, devil-may-care attitude.
But is he efficient? Spends more time brooding than planning.
Yeah, he's always got one foot in the grave, lost in some melancholy daydream.
Not the best mindset for a hired gun.
But he's got the skills, marksmanship, martial arts.
He does, but he's also got that emotional baggage, a past that haunts him.
Yeah, they can get in the way.
It's that internal conflict, the struggle between the killer and the human.
So does that make him a better or worse assassin?
It's hard to say, adds depth to his character, but in a straight-up fight against someone like Wick, I wouldn't bet on him.
All right, so he's cool, he's complex, but maybe not S tier.
Right.
Now let's talk about someone who's, well, kind of ridiculous.
Oddjob.
Oddjob.
Yeah, the hat-throwing henchman from Goldfinger.
Oh man, you're going there.
I think I gotta cover all the bases.
Style over substance for sure.
His weapon of choice is a goddamn hat.
A hat with a razor rim, but still.
And he only kills one dude in the whole movie.
And how does he die?
Electrocuted by his own hat.
Courtesy of James Bond. Talk about poetic justice.
It's like the universe was saying, this is what you get for relying on a hat as a weapon, you idiot.
So yeah, Oddjob is not exactly a top contender.
More of a cautionary tale.
Agreed. Now let's move on to someone a bit more swashbuckling. Zorro.
The three-sword-wielding pirate hunter.
This guy can slice and dice, but is he a true assassin?
He's a warrior loyal to his captain.
But not exactly subtle.
More of a charge in and fuck shit up kind of guy.
And his sense of direction is shit. Gets lost going to the bathroom.
Not ideal for tracking down targets.
So Zorro, great swordsman, terrible assassin.
Pretty much.
Now let's talk about someone a bit more refined. Ezio Auditore.
Ah, Ezio. The master assassin.
This guy's got it all. Skill style, that hidden blade.
He's the romanticized assassin embodiment of the archetype.
Master swordsman parkour expert. Blends into a crowd like a chameleon.
And that Renaissance Italy setting just oozes coolness.
Plus he rocks that hooded outfit like a boss.
He knows how to make an entrance.
And his lineage, his connection to the assassin brotherhood adds a whole other layer.
He's not just killing. He's fighting for a cause.
So were we putting Ezio in the S tier?
He's definitely got the credentials.
All right, let's keep him in the running for the top spot. Now for someone a bit more explosive, Tao Pai Pai.
The flamboyant assassin from Dragon Ball.
Bends the laws of physics, throws tantrums when things don't go his way.
All flash, no substance.
Remember that time he tried to kill Goku by throwing a pillar at him and then rode the damn thing like a rocket?
Yeah, that was some classic anime bullshit.
Not exactly professional.
And he quit mid-job when things got tough.
Can't trust a guy who throws a hissy fit and walks away.
Reliability is key in this business.
So Tao Pai Pai, more of a sideshow act than a serious contender.
Agreed.
Now let's talk about someone a bit more tragic, Thane Krios.
The Drell assassin from Mass Effect.
Skilled experience, but burdened by a terminal illness and guilt.
He embodies the moral complexities of being an assassin.
Yeah, he's not just a cold-blooded killer.
He's trying to find peace before his time runs out.
And his Biotic's telekinetic powers make him a force to be reckoned with.
Like a ghost, appearing and disappearing.
So where does that leave him?
He's powerful, but his heart might be his weakness.
Right. Even the deadliest killers are still human.
Capable of remorse.
Now let's talk about someone a bit more shadowy, Corvo Attano.
The masked assassin from Dishonored.
Master of stealth supernatural edge.
A ninja with a dash of black magic.
And that mask, creepy as hell.
He's the embodiment of terror.
So is Corvo S-tier material.
He's got the skills, the ruthlessness, the unpredictability.
You never know what he's going to do next.
A true wild card.
Now, for a character who's a bit more feline Puss in Boots.
The swashbuckling cat.
Charming, skilled with a sword, 9 lives. But is he a real assassin?
He's got a soft spot for kittens, falls in love with his targets.
More of a lover than a fighter.
He'd rather woo a princess than slit a throat.
So Puss in Boots is in the lower tiers.
He's entertaining, but not cut out for the dark world of assassination.
All right, fair enough. Now let's talk about a duo that's become synonymous with bounty hunting the Fets, Jango and Boba.
The armored badasses from Star Wars.
Reputation gear attitude.
But do they live up to the hype?
Well, Jango got his head chopped off by a Jedi Master.
And Boba met a rather embarrassing end in the Sarlacc pit.
Not exactly glorious deaths.
And let's not forget, Boba getting his ass handed to him by a bunch of teddy bears.
Yeah, that was rough.
Makes you question their skills.
So the Fets are overrated.
I wouldn't go that far. They're iconic. But in terms of pure assassin skills, not top tier.
Reputation might exceed their actual accomplishments.
I think that's a fair assessment.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground here. Skills, flaws, legacies.
It's been a bloodbath.
But now the ultimate question, who reigns supreme? Who is the G8, the greatest of all time?
It's a tough call, so many contenders, but I think the evidence points to John Wick.
John Wick.
Well, yeah.
For real. I figured you'd go for Koro-Sensei, you know? With all that crazy-ass power.
I hear you. Koro-Sensei is practically a god amongst assassins. But that's kind of the problem, isn't it?
How so?
He's so overpowered. It's like watching paint dry. There's no risk, no tension.
Yeah, I guess you got a point.
With Wick, you always feel that edge, you know? Like he's one step away from death, but he pulls through sheer willpower and a shit ton of lead.
True. That Baba Yaga thing ain't no joke either.
He's not just an assassin, he's a goddamn force of nature.
And his kill count is off the charts.
The man's a legend.
All right, you've convinced me John Wick takes the goddamn crown.
Yeah.
But here's a thought. If you had to hire one of these assassins, who would it be? And don't even think about saying Koro-Sensei. That's cheating.
Damn, that's a tough one. All right, let me think. Tough choices here, but I gotta go with Corvo Attano.
Corvo. Interesting choice.
The guy's a phantom. A shadow gets in and out without a trace. Plus those supernatural powers, nobody can touch him.
Yeah, good point. And he keeps things relatively clean.
Yeah.
Unless you're into that whole blood splatter aesthetic. No judgment here.
Definitely not my style. But on a more serious note, I think this whole deep dive's been illuminating, you know? It's shown us something about why we're so obsessed with assassins.
Like what?
Their skill, their power, that freedom. They operate outside the rules. It's like they tap into this dark side we all have, the part that wants to break free from all the bullshit, you know?
Deep shit, man. But you're not wrong. These characters, they're fantastical, sure.
Yeah.
But they resonate with something primal in us.
Absolutely.
Like we're terrified and fascinated at the same time by the idea of someone who can just end a life. No hesitation, no remorse.
It's a heavy thought for sure. What does it say about us? That we're entertained by this stuff?
Good question.
Yeah.
Maybe one we don't want to answer.
Be not.
Anyway, that's it for our deep dive into the world of fictional assassins. We ranked them, debated them, and maybe even learned a little something about ourselves along the way.
And hopefully we didn't give anyone any bright ideas.
Yeah, folks, let's keep this shit in the realm of fiction. Okay, stay safe out there, and remember, if someone offers you a job that involves a razor-rimmed hat, you walk away.
Sound advice.
Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and try not to end up on anyone's hit list.
See ya.
Later.